What is going on, everybody? So, apparently, the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be released this week. And initially, I kind of predicted that, but I didn't want to jinx it. You know, when you have a thought in your mind, but you don't want anything to ruin the possibility of that thought coming true, you just don't want to say anything. I sort of had an assumption that the Nintendo Switch 2 or the Super Nintendo Switch was going to be announced sometime in the next 2 weeks, and apparently it's going to be announced this week. A lot of people would assume that mostly because leaks tend to make certain types of media release a little earlier than expected. So this is kind of expected. But the Nintendo Switch 2 has been the most anticipated console of all time, without any type of exaggeration. But do we actually need a Nintendo Switch 2? Now, this answer is very complicated because there have been tons of handhelds coming out in the past 4 years alone. The Steam Deck, ROG Ally, Legion Go S, MSI Claw, MSI Claw 8, and so on. The list just keeps getting bigger with these handhelds. And now you have the biggest player and the originator, Nintendo Switch, and its sequel, Nintendo Switch 2, possibly being revealed very soon, and everybody knows without any doubt that this is going to change the landscape of gaming, just like how the Nintendo Switch did the same. Now, the main question, do we need a Nintendo Switch 2? I personally think yes. Considering exactly what the Steam Deck can do and the other Windows handhelds, I feel like there are a lot of issues with PC gaming, even if it's on Linux. You got de novo, first of all, shader cache that need to be compiled so you can have a consistent and reliable experience, consistent updates to the operating system, glitches to SteamOS and Linux, tons of glitches to Armory Crate, Legion Space, well, less so Legion Space, but mostly Windows. Now, Windows is something that makes people question handheld PCs in general, and I personally think Windows proves the fact that maybe Windows isn't cut out for a handheld, but you got the Nintendo Switch 2, which is going to have the same, if not a better operating system that the first Nintendo Switch worked with. I'm not sure exactly which one that is, but it is specifically tailored by Nintendo, which is a billion-dollar company. Now, of course, all of those other handhelds in the market are backed up by billionaire companies. And Nintendo, well, Nintendo just seeks to revolutionize gaming every single step they take. And with the Nintendo Switch 2, I doubt it's going to be any different. And that is from the first Nintendo Switch. So when I think of handhelds like the ROG Ally, of course, that handheld is most likely more powerful than the Nintendo Switch 2 ever will be. But is it more optimized? Will it be easier to play an ROG Ally than a Nintendo Switch? Will it be easier to play a Steam Deck than Nintendo Switch 2? I highly doubt it. If anything, Nintendo is one of the most successful video game companies in the world, and they specialize in specifically that. If there's anyone you can count on to make the most smooth experience and the most seamless experience with a handheld, it is them. They are the top of the line handheld gaming company. So when a company like Valve goes against Nintendo, it's sort of a fruitless fight because they're just not going to win. In my opinion, it is inevitable that the Nintendo Switch 2 will take over the market once again, even though they haven't really budged since all of these handhelds have been released. And that's saying a lot because these handhelds are remarkable. Legion Go provided one of the best experiences I've ever had with a handheld. ROG Ally is the most powerful, and Steam Deck is the smoothest in terms of PC gaming so far. But seeing all of the ridiculous leaks with the Nintendo Switch 2, I think that it's going to do just fine against all of these other handhelds. If the Nintendo Switch is as powerful as a Steam Deck, that's pretty much all we need to have the most smoothest and state-of-the-art experience when it comes to handheld gaming. So, do we need a Nintendo Switch 2? Of course we do. It's pretty much the second coming at this point. Everybody has been looking forward to it. I mean, the thing is on the fucking black market, for goodness sakes. You even got government officials breaking all kinds of laws just to get the Nintendo Switch 2. This thing is very important and we need it right now. Mainly because I'm sort of done with online-only handheld games. I tried to play Resident Evil 4 Remake on the ROG Ally and it said I need to be online to play this game. De novo is pretty much ruining PC games, and I sort of stopped playing my ROG Ally for some time because it was frustrating me too much. I started actually getting anger issues playing the ROG Ally because certain games just wouldn't work, no matter how many times and how many hours I put in to getting them to work. But I recently got a Nintendo Switch Lite, and that thing just gave me complete peace. I don't have to worry about updating the operating system, being online to play my game. I can actually have a physical game. I can go to the store, buy it, put it in the system, and just play the damn thing. For the most part, there are certain titles that require downloads, and I did spend weeks on end downloading my entire library again because I did actually sell my Nintendo Switch OLED like I expected to, but with the Switch Lite, I doubt I'm going to sell that anytime soon, mainly because I can actually put it in my pocket. This thing is so convenient, it's not even funny. It makes the ROG Ally and Steam Deck look like skyscrapers in comparison. It's half the size, at the very most, from those other handhelds that I played. And sure, those other handhelds are state of the art and they're basically portable PlayStation 4 Pros, but they're not pocketable. They're not truly a handheld. In fact, I would even consider them as tablets. They're not really handhelds. In my opinion, a handheld is something that you can hold in your hand. I can't hold a Steam Deck in one hand. Well, I can, but it requires effort to hold that thing with one hand. It's not really a system you can just show to somebody and they'll be like, oh yeah, I could totally see what you see in this system. But with the Nintendo Switch Lite, you can show that to somebody and they'll probably buy it the next day because that thing actually looks like a modern handheld that can play advanced AAA titles. Now, of course, there are a lot of games out there that the Nintendo Switch cannot play, but that's what we have the Nintendo Switch 2 for. I'm not looking forward to the Nintendo Switch 2. I'm more so looking forward to the Nintendo Switch 2 Lite. That thing is going to be revolutionary. It has the power of a PlayStation 4 Pro in the palm of your hand, quite literally. Now, the leaks are showing that Nintendo Switch 2 is actually a lot bigger than the original, and that's to be expected. But it's the Lite version that I'm looking forward to, and I'm sure a lot of other people are looking forward to as well. And that's why I'm going to support the first Nintendo Switch 2. Of course, it is going to be big, and it's going against what I'm talking about in terms of size, but it's still probably and most likely going to be more convenient than those other handhelds due to the normal everyday PC glitches when it comes to gaming. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about Nintendo Switch 2. Are you looking forward to it? Of course you are. It's a rhetorical question. But are you going to get it day one? Let me know in the comments below, and thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you have a good one. Later.